Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Damiani, and I'm the Director of Gift Planning at St. John's University. And I'm doing my hello today from Forest Hills, a little far away. It's actually a virtual. I'm not actually in Forest Hills. But it's a happy Halloween to all of you watching. And I'm with my wonderful colleague, Lisa Capone. She's also a Loughlin Society member. And she's with her adorable witchy poo daughter, Sophia, who's a current student at St. John's University in the art department,
Yes.
right, Sophia? Sophia is a wonderful, accomplished artist. So we were trying to think of what we were going to do for the hello, and thinking of who is has a strong passion for the Halloween holiday. And Lisa, of course, came to mind. She always dresses up in the office and she always spreads her Halloween cheer everywhere. But she is very well known at Forest Hills because her house is dressed up unbelievably. And so we wanted to share it with you. So before we go and ask you questions on how this whole family, Capone family tradition started, Lisa has put together a short PowerPoint presentation, and she can narrate a little bit, if you don't mind, Lisa or Sophia, just what we're seeing, and you can really understand why I selected the Capone family for this hello.
All right, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
And here we go. Come on. Whoops. Oh.
That's starting.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So
I love it.
this is just showing, we get a ton of, oh, it's going by itself.
Okay.
So that's Sophia and I. All right, I'm going to pause it on this one because this is a great little story.
Mm-hmm.
This is a family who came in, this was from 2019, last year, with their little baby. They had come in 2018 and taken a picture with just her baby bump in the same spot. And I hope that they come again this year to take another picture. That is a really fun thing and why
That's
I enjoy
wonderful.
doing this. This is our smoking cauldron, a bubbling brewing cauldron, and a coffin with a little skeleton who's trying to escape. This is one of our spider friends that lives on the property. Oh, and there's the big mother, who's scary, Shelob. There's one of our friends just hanging around.
I was going to say, is that a family member?
Yes, yes.
Pretty enjoying a nice cold one.
That's right. That's my husband and I. He is the one that built most of these things.
Wow.
And the tombstones. He made this whole coffin himself with his friends.
That's great.
So
your husband's a carpenter, correct?
He is.
He's very talented. Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah. This is looking down at the garden being put together with the coffin in the center there.
I love it.
And then these pipes here for the smoke, because we pipe the smoke and the fog throughout the entire garden. So, oh, this is on the inside of the house. We have a party, and this is my little mummy brie. So I like to have all the food as well in the holiday spooky spirit.
That's great.
One of our guests in a mask. There's our friend Frankenstein there. Another little bit of decor that I've been gathering for many, many years. And there's the whole house. There's a nice spider and a nice little witch there. There's another shot of a different witch.
That's your famous witch's outfit that you share with us in the office.
Yeah. And oh, that's my coffin cheddar with a few little spiders climbing on it. And this just shows again how many trick-or-treaters we get, a ton of trick-or-treaters. It's so much fun. And this is the Grim Reaper. We made him, he's about 7 feet tall, and he came around 3 years ago or so, rather intimidating. Tombstone, you'll be next. And of course, Abby
I love
Normal, a little homage to our Mel Brooks Young
Yes, Young
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Just another family taking their
Oh,
picture. I must have thousands of people have taken their picture in front of my house. And then there's that little bear family again. And
that's great.
that's the end of that.
So do you notice that you have the same families? Do they come every year?
Yes, they do.
Like
And
you're saying, yeah.
they thank us all, and the kids are all so wonderful. Like all of them thank us, and the parents too. Although sometimes, because we do have the smoke machines going, we have spooky, scary music going, and
Mm.
it can get a little bit too much for the little ones.
Oh.
A couple of years ago,
yeah.
you want to tell that story?
Well, the coffin also opens and closes because of a windshield wiper motor that
Yes.
my dad engineered that. Kids really do get creeped out by that one aspect of it. And so one year we had to, on the day after Halloween, when we were breaking down the garden, a little kid and his father had to come back and see that it was all fake, and that was just like put together, and we showed him what worked.
Because he said that he hadn't slept at all the night before.
Yeah.
He was so scared. So.
Really? Aw.
So that, I don't like to scare them too much, but I do love that literally
That's nice.
thousands of people, my house is in thousands of people's holiday memories.
And I'm sorry, I didn't introduce my associate director, Sue Bernardin, the princess for this evening. She joined us. I'm gonna let Sue ask some questions, but one question before I turn it over to Sue. How many years have you been, doing this family Halloween tradition?
Pre-K?
Yes, about 20 years since the year
Wow.
2000.
Yeah.
When Soph was in pre-K, we would
Oh,
start
wow.
at our house with her little group of friends, and we'd try and get a little bit of wholesome food in them, and then we would trick or treat all the way down the block. And my block is all attached houses, as you saw. So every 20 feet is another door and another candy. So the kids would load up on candy, and at the other end, we'd go to our other friend's house and dump all the candy out, and they do their sharing and whatever, and we check it all out, and then they could eat it. So.
And what drove this passion? Like, why Halloween, not Thanksgiving or Christmas, or what was it?
Well, I love cats, and I love black cats. I had one when I was younger, and now I don't have any black cats, but I have 4 cats. So I used to gather, a little bit black, a tuxedo. So I'd always gathered like black cats and things like that. Plus, I don't know, I was born on Friday the 13th and with a full moon. So I was always a little witchy thing going on.
Right.
Dad also
That's great.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Sue, I know you had a good question.
Right. Frank really enjoys the props and building and
well, yeah, that comes in handy.
And I believe they said this Halloween it's going to be a blue moon.
Yes.
So it only happens every 2.5 years. So
That's right.
What a treat. But it seems like you have a great tradition going on. And it seems like the entire neighborhood loves to come and visit you. So how many kids do you think average do you get every single year at your house?
What do you say? Between 1,700 and
2,000?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
21 maybe, yeah.
What?
A lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What time do you start?
Say that again? You
And
get
we give
1,700 kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
I give
That is
one piece of
unbelievable.
candy to each, but I do give
Wow.
chocolate.
Yeah.
What time do you start?
Well, it's
I
funny
know.
because whether it's a holiday, a weekend or a school day or whatever, it really, there's a few stragglers on each side, but it's mostly from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then it's like a solid 4 hours of trick-or-treaters,
Wow.
normally.
And who's handing out the candy? All of you, or you just have a big basket?
Yes.
No, we hand it out individually.
So you're handing out to 17. You must be
Oh, that's
exhausted.
why I have my
Yeah.
party, right, and we have shifts. When my dad would come, and he loved handing out the candy to people. He would make each of them tell him like what they were and stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't even know half of the Pokemons and things like that.
Wow. So what do
um,
you think, Lisa and Sophia, with the pandemic now, do you think you're going to have the same number? And is it
No.
going to change the way you hand out the candy and your whole
Yes.
process?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Well, as you saw, we have that black picket fence, which normally doesn't close off our little walkway up to our house. But the way we've set it up this year, we've put it in front of the walkway so that we can close the gate and they can't gather and
Mhm.
congregate too close. I have X marks the spot on the sidewalk in front
Good.
of the house to
Yes,
encourage people to socially
Mhm.
distance. Plus,
Oh, that's
we'll
nice.
have the witch there cackling and moving them along.
Scaring them away.
that's
That's
creative.
great.
Mhm.
Well, that's good that you thought it through, and so that anyone that's going to come and trick or treat at your home, they're going to do it in a safe manner.
Yeah.
So that that's very important.
Mhm.
What do you think the Halloween is going to mean to the kids this year? Do you think it'll have a different meaning? Will it be more exciting because it's something to look forward to, or something to do since everyone's been a little bored with the pandemic?
I would say absolutely, because we've already had, just when I was getting ready tonight, we had two families stop and video and look at it. And I said, well, come on back on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So already people are, and they're like, great job, as we're out there and we're putting up the lights and doing it all. People are very appreciative. And I think this year, because maybe not handing out candy this year, but just letting them enjoy the spectacle and move along and be safe, but be part of the community. I think it's going to be a little extra special this year.
That's really nice. It's really nice that you do that for the community. It's very Vincentian of you. So one last question, and Sue, I'll turn it over to you if you have another question. How many hours does it take, or days to take, putting it all together and setting it up?
Well, probably a good solid weekend we could do it in 2 full days.
How much breaks?
Yes, that's true.
If we don't want to work when the battery is dead, or we have to re-rig,
Yes.
find new poultry fencing or whatever for stuff.
Yes, that's true. If all goes smoothly, a weekend can do it.
Yeah.
That's great. And how long do you have the decorations on before you take it off? Because Halloween is just one day.
We undo it the day after. So we try and put it up about 2 weeks before, just so that people can enjoy it for a little while. And it's a lot of work, but we do take it down pretty much the day after. So.
And any favorite memories you have, Sophia? Because this is sort of, you started when you were such a young girl, so it must be a meaningful childhood memories you must have. Do you have anybody that came that you said, wow, I'll never forget that costume, or any memory that, is in your minds of what's happened, it's happened during, the Halloween celebration?
Honestly, it's just the feeling of like how fun it is, and that kind of just being surrounded by that many people and like having that many kids just like freak out and be happy. And like I tried to kind of go spookier and spookier with my makeup looks every single year. So in one of the photos you saw, like I had black eyeshadow all over my face and a weird smile. Like that was, I was just like trying to get into the vibe with the house as it got creepier and creepier as I got older. So it feels like a very growing thing with me. So I just love the entire day. Like it's always been a day where like people have been like, oh, why don't we go like bar hopping that day? I'm like, nah, I want to stay home and give out candy.
That's so sweet.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice that you have it's a nice family memory.
Mhm.
every year. That's really great, and we really appreciate you sharing the photos and sharing your family tradition with all of us and with our donors. I hope all of you, if you can't get out and go trick or treating or drive around to see some of the
Right.
Halloween decorations, I
Come to
hope
Far
that
Hill.
the Capone family tradition and their decorations put a smile on your face for this Halloween. So happy Halloween to you,
Yes.
Happy
Happy
and thank you so
Halloween.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're off.
I
Oh,
think so.
recording.